I'm here with Attila at the Computex Expo for the Noctua booth.
Yeah.
So Noctua has been making fans for a very long time.
One of the reasons why the A12X25, the first gen, was so successful was that it was the first fan on the market ever to use liquid crystal polymer. When the fan is spinning, it can expand, and if it expands, it can touch the frame. If you don't have a tight tip clearance, then you can actually have air coming back. So this is how you lose performance with the fans. But if you have a rigid material, then you can achieve this very tight tip clearance. If you have two fans running at nearly at the same constant speed, you would get this harmonical effect of these noise peaks joining, where you would get this wow, 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 wow humming effect. We are also not just measuring noise, we are also getting into the psychoacoustics of how a person perceives noise. You can have a really high-pitched noise which is lower in the noise level, but it's a high-pitched noise which will be more annoying than a more deeper tone. Some might find it shocking that Noctua, the king of air cooling, is doing an AIO, but here it is. We are doing 3 layers of foam. So while one layer of the foam acts as a spring, the other layer of the foam acts as a mass, and it counteracts the vibrations from the pump, and also the entire housing is suspended on these silicon mounts, so that no direct vibrations are transferred onto the housing itself.
If the housing gets some vibrations, it might like resonate. And
Yeah. This is why the reason that if you just put a house and a screen on it, you will get more noise. So we are trying to do the opposite.
So we were talking about the limitations of having a pump on the CPU block and the noise that it can generate.
Yep.
So how about we ditch the pump entirely and we go to the thermosiphon?
Yeah.
A thermosiphon uses gravity and evaporation to passively cool components, so that means no pumps and no power needed.
Here we have a working sample cooling a mainstream AMD 9800X 3D chip to show what kind of challenges we are facing with two-phase cooling. If you ever dropped a drop of water onto a hot stove, the water will be
underneath is stopping the water from
yes.
evaporating.
This is also what we are facing with hotspots of the CPUs. The bubbles would be stuck between the fins, and then the working fluid, which is cooler, wouldn't be able to get to the heat source itself, and you would just get no cooling.
It was my understanding as well that it has to be upright.
This is dependent on gravity, so the condenser have to be up so that the coolant can do its circulation. There are many challenges: figuring out what is the best coolant, figuring out the cold plate, and also the radiator structure itself.
Thank you so much, Attila.
Welcome.